Hey guys, this is Royden with Tech2 and here's a first look at the new Sony Xperia Z1 Compact. Now this is Sony's latest addition to their Xperia lineup, and as the name suggests, it is in fact the compact version of the Z1. Now rather than calling it mini or light, which usually implies a heavily watered down version of a flagship phone, Sony has tried to keep most of the specifications intact from the Z1, but apart from maybe a couple of them which had to be cut down a bit. So as you can see, it looks pretty much identical to the Z1. It is slightly lighter, of course, due to its smaller size at 4.3 inches, but it is slightly thicker than the old one. However, it's not entirely noticeable, and it doesn't really feel all too bad in your hand as well. So just a quick tour around the phone. Over here we have the flaps for the micro USB and the micro SD card slot. There is a little dock connector over here for connecting it to a charging dock, and there's another jack over here. This is for your SIM card. Now on the bottom we have a stereo speaker, and there's a lanyard, a loop over here. And coming over to this side, there is the power button. We have a volume rocker, and we have the dedicated camera shutter key. Over the top we have a 3.5mm headphone jack, which sort of rounds up the connectivity options. Coming to the back, again we have it's a full glossy finish, which I'm hoping is scratch resistant, although there are a few hairline scratches which have already shown up after using it for a day. There's an NFC tag over here, and on the top we have the 20.7 MP camera with the Sony's G lens. So just to take you through some of the specs, the handset does have a 4.3-inch triluminous display. However, instead of a regular TFT display, this time Sony has gone with an IPS panel, and that is immediately apparent as soon as you switch it on. The colors are slightly more vibrant and sharper and punchier as compared to the Z1. Apart from that, we get 2 gigs of RAM. There's Snapdragon 800 CPU on board. There's 16 GB of onboard storage, which is expandable, and the Z1 Compact does come with 4.3 on board, with a planned update to 4.4 KitKat. So the other thing that has been reduced from the original Z1 is of course the battery. Of course, you can't fit the same size battery in this one. So now it's 2300 mAh battery instead of a 3000 mAh battery, but it shouldn't be too bad because this is once again not a full HD display. It's an HD display at 4.3 inches, which is still has a healthy pixel count of above 320 ppi. So the thing is, now Sony has priced the Z1 Compact, at least the launch price, at 36,990. It's not bad. The only trouble is that the Z1 itself is retailing at roughly 36,000, as so is the LG G2. Obviously that has slightly better specs than this, so I'm guessing the actual retail price when you do buy it online should be closer to 30,000, which would make a good buy, and this would compete directly with the Nexus 5. So it seems like a good phone. We've only been using it for a day, and if it does retail around 30,000, we do feel that if stock Android experience is really not priority, then this is definitely a very good alternative to the Nexus 5. But we'll know for sure once we do the full review in the coming week. So that is a quick look at the Sony Xperia Z1 Compact, and thanks for watching.